I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello everyone, welcome back to V Squad TV. Without warning, Taehyung appeared in a Weverse live broadcast, surprising millions of fans. He was seen lying in bed, his face bare, his hair slightly messy, but still charming. Unlike his usual energetic and chatty live broadcasts, this time Taehyung chose to remain silent at first. He simply stared at the camera with a soft gaze, as if he wanted to greet his fans without many words. When he finally spoke, his voice was soft and soothing. He explained that he was getting ready for bed, and that this live broadcast was just to keep ARMY company for a while before they closed their eyes. The moment felt incredibly intimate. Taehyung didn't say much, but his presence was enough to warm the fans' hearts. He occasionally turned his head, adjusted his position, and smiled faintly, making the ARMY watching feel as if they were chatting with him directly in their bedroom. While still lying down, he admitted that it was a very relaxing moment for him. There was no script, no agenda, just him and his fans. He mentioned that he had dinner that day with close friends. His expression was calm, like someone in the safest place in the world. Taehyung then said he wanted to show his face to fans, even though he initially intended to only do the live broadcast in voice format. His honest words made fans feel appreciated. He opened himself up as he was, without the need for a professional image or spotlight. He also revealed that there were things he would show ARMY in August, leading fans to immediately speculate about a new project. However, he also calmed expectations by saying that while it might not be much, there was something to look forward to. This created a sense of curiosity and anticipation. In the occasional silence, ARMY felt closer to him. He didn't say much, but every second felt meaningful. Taehyung briefly mentioned the sushi he ate that day. This small detail became a highlight for fans who were always curious about his daily activities. He revealed that he had wanted to read the long comments, but found it difficult to follow them all. However, that didn't deter him from staying connected with his fans. He read the comments several times with a smile, responding in a low voice. It all felt very personal, as if he were right there with his fans. He also talked about his fear when people asked him to show his face, showing a vulnerable side that world-class stars rarely show. This sincerity led ARMYs in the comments section to flood his live stream with words of support and love, as if wanting to embrace him from afar. Taehyung then mentioned that he was turning on the lights and taking off his clothes, not with dramatic intent, but rather part of his nightly routine, which he shared honestly. When a fan asked when he was going to Italy, he spontaneously replied that he wanted to be invited there. This response immediately sent international fans into a frenzy. He then revealed that he had actually wanted to start his own YouTube channel, but admitted he gave up because he felt he couldn't. This elicited deep empathy from fans. This moment showed that behind the scenes, Taehyung is still a human being who sometimes feels doubtful and tired. He also asked for YouTube watch recommendations, indicating that he simply wanted to spend his evening like most people, watching something enjoyable. His expression changed, sometimes smiling, sometimes pensive, but he never lost the sense of peace he created during the live broadcast. Fans said that even seeing Taehyung in silence had a calming effect, like a virtual hug before bed. He adjusted his head several times, adjusted the camera angle, and then returned to staring into the lens with half-sleepy eyes. There was no background music, no visual effects, but Taehyung's presence that night was stronger than any artificial effects. Comments flooded the screen, everything from "Good night, Taehyung," to "I love you just the way you are." He read some of them with a small smile. Finally, he said goodnight to ARMY in a very soft tone. He said he was tired and was going to sleep, but promised to return. Without any dramatic gesture, he quietly ended the live broadcast. But the impact was profound. Many fans reported crying after the broadcast ended. This Weverse Live wasn't about a big event or an important announcement, but rather about simple intimacy, Taehyung wanting to sleep, but first meeting the people he loves, ARMY. After the live broadcast ended, the blank screen that remained felt meaningful. ARMYs watching the broadcast felt as if they had just spoken directly to someone they loved in comfortable silence. Many fans wrote on social media that the live broadcast felt like a silent hug, warm, safe, and undemanding. Taehyung's mere presence, sitting quietly, was enough to soothe their weary hearts. Some fans even compared the live broadcast to a night of therapy, like someone lighting a candle and sitting quietly staring at the sky. There was a serenity that couldn't be described in words. As Taehyung stared silently into the camera, fans realized the depth of his inner world. He didn't need many words to convey that he cared, that he was there for them. There was a faint melancholy suffusing his expression, a faint smile that appeared and then disappeared, eyes that spoke louder than his lips. Many armies interpreted this as a deep longing. In online communities, fans began sharing screenshots of Taehyung's facial expressions during the live broadcast. They zoomed in on the highlights in his eyes, the direction of his gaze, and the soft corners of his smile. One of the most shared images was of Taehyung staring directly into the camera, as if he were speaking directly to one person, not millions. Many said that this gaze made them feel seen, heard, and loved, feelings often rare in the real world. Some armies also noticed how sincere Taehyung was when he mentioned that he just wanted to show his face before bed. It was a simple statement, but it had a profound impact. In a fast-paced and noisy world, Taehyung's courage to be present in silence is the purest form of love. He wasn't trying to over-entertain, he was simply present. The live also served as a reminder that BTS aren't just global pop stars, but also human beings with an emotional need for real connection, even in silence. In the ARMY community, many have begun calling this live Taehyung's Midnight Whisper, because of the intimate and tender impression it left on their hearts. Some have even said that the live felt like unwritten poetry. Every pause, every whisper, every tiny smile was a verse that only those who truly paid attention could perceive. Even after the live broadcast ended, fans didn't immediately exit the app. They lingered, as if waiting for another small miracle to appear on the screen. And to this day, Taehyung's silence that night still resonates in the hearts of his fans, not as an emptiness, but as a space filled with unspoken warmth. Many fans felt the live broadcast was like a form of soul-level communication, not through words, but through the presence and energy that flowed silently from the screen. It was as if Taehyung was saying, "I'm here. That's enough." Even the sleepwear Taehyung wore that night became symbolic. The soft shirt and slightly messy hair indicated that he wasn't performing for the stage, but for the real thing. He was present not as a star, but as Kim Taehyung, a human being who longs. A touching comment in the ARMY community read, "Taehyung doesn't need to say anything. We all miss that quiet. We just want to know he's okay, and tonight, he came to make sure we know." International fans didn't want to miss out either. They translated Taehyung's expressions and gestures into dozens of languages, as if archiving fragments of that silence for anyone, anywhere, to remember. Interestingly, the silence that should have made the broadcast feel empty was instead filled with thousands of live chat comments. "I love you, Tae. Take care. You're enough." They wrote what Taehyung might not have been able to say, reflecting a two-way love. Some armies uploaded videos of their own reactions to the live. Many cried for no apparent reason. There was just a deep feeling that emerged, as if their hearts were touched by something incredibly tender and sincere. After the live, many fans decided to keep journals of the night as a form of personal reflection. They felt the need to re-express that quiet moment in writing so that its warmth wouldn't be lost. On X, Twitter, #.
Is everybody in the world